All right, all my ladies out there, we could probably do better at loving our husbands a little bit more. I know I can. So I can't wait for you to hear what Chris Brown has to say. All right, Chris Brown.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
You guys, if you don't know who Chris Brown is, he's one of our Ramsey personalities and was a pastor for many years and came on board, and he has taken over the whole space on stewardship, learning how to manage God's resources for God's glory.
Yes.
Tagline.
Yes.
I did it.
You did very well.
And so the season of life I'm in is, kids and crazy schedules, and it's just running and gunning. And I look up and I see Winston, and I'm like, gosh, I probably have not been as intentional with him as I should be. So you have 3 great tips on how us ladies can love our husbands better. And I love this subject. I think it's great.
And just for the record, I have tips the other direction too. So this is not just one direction. I promise.
Good.
And really, these tips are from the angle of, not always, but typically in a marriage, is the husband has a little bit more pressure, and it's not all the time. Sure. So this is kind of from that angle. But one of them is to help him with his goals. We have enough coaches. We have enough critics. There's even going to be some coaches and critics on even this vlog. But what we don't have is cheerleaders. And if you're not cheerleading your husband, then nobody is. And so they don't really need you. Oh, you could have done this better. No, just cheer them along towards their goals. Another one is to handle it. I love this one because, maybe it's borrowing a wrench from the neighbor. Maybe it's fixing the washer.
Now you're getting really handy on me, Chris.
Yes. Now the reason why the reason why I brought up the washer is funny because Holly actually attempted it, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
She didn't do it well, and we ended up having to go get somebody to fix it anyway. But she tried. But it's just this. Hey, did you take care of it? I handled it. Oh, that is so huge.
Okay.
I handled it.
Chris, this is going to sound like Rachel is about to pat herself on the back, and I'm really not. It shocked me how much Winston appreciated this part of me that I didn't know. And he just actually verbalized it a few weeks ago. Because I asked him, I was like, okay, what can I do better in our marriage? And he was asking the same thing. We were just having one of those marriage discussions. He was like, one thing I love, Rachel, is you take care of things. Yeah. Like, my natural personality is being proactive and just doing things. And I'm like sending him calendar invites, and I'm getting stuff scheduled and getting stuff going. And he told me, he was like, you have no idea what a help that can be. And I didn't realize that for his sake. I was doing it more for probably selfishly, honestly, on my part, just to make sure things are getting done. That part, I just didn't realize how much that helped. So when you said that, I was like, okay, it really does. So ladies out there, if there's any little thing that we can do and just not put it off on the husband. Now there's some things, the washer, you're probably not going to see me trying to fix because I don't even know where
she
to
didn't do it well either.
I don't even know where to start.
Well, just the other day, Holly says, hey, when you come home, can you hang a bunch of pictures for me? Well, when I got home, she'd hung half of them. And I'm like, oh. It was just so good. So I could have done it. So I just did it.
Well, and in Scripture talks about, as a wife, that you're the helper. Yeah. Like that's a role that you really can play in your husband's life that I think, in the creation of marriage, that's a huge deal. Yeah. And I think that it's true. So there's such truth to that. I love it.
Yeah. And the third one is to join your husband with recreation. Whatever it is, they need recreation, something where they just don't think. They get out and do something. For my wife and I, we like to do things that are active. Exercise. So we'll go to the gym. We'll play tennis. If you're not active, it's okay. Maybe it's archery.
Oh no!
Maybe do some archery.
Holly's
or something.
Fixing washer and dryer. She's running miles. Oh man, Chris, this is not.
Maybe it's he likes video games. Join him instead of nagging about the video games. Join in and play some video games with him.
That's fun though.
Whatever it is, join him with the recreation.
But finding the mindlessness, and I think too, depending on your season of life, because if you are running and gunning and you're working, you're coming home, you're taking care of kids, you're doing bath time, you're cleaning dish. I mean, everything's just going, just to have some fun together.
Yeah.
And I think it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, when you said hobby, I just pictured myself in a duck blind with Winston. Look, I see some ducks coming.
There's a duck.
Yeah. He's like, oh my God, Rachel, be quiet, So I probably won't be hunting with them. But that's something hard, honestly, that Winston and I are not good at because I don't have a hobby. And I joke about this a lot on this video blog. It's kind of become a joke, but it's true. I really don't have a hobby. We always just go out to dinner as like our recreation, which I feel like is totally fine. But we need to find something together because it does kind of bond you. And it's just, having that common ground. So I love that. I think that's good. That's a challenge for me.
I didn't know it was going to be challenging Rachel so much. This is fun.
I know. Yeah. Well, I patted myself on the back for one point. And then at one point, I'm like, good challenge. Chris, this is so helpful because whether you're, dealing with your money with your spouse, which we talk about the importance of being on the same page, just having an overall healthy marriage is so key. And I know a lot of viewers out there are the ladies. So that's why I wanted Chris to come in and give that point of view. Husbands, ladies, if you want to hear the husband side of what husbands can do better, I could have you back.
Yeah.
You could flip it. You could send the video to your husband. And if you're not married, some great tips just to think about being a pretty awesome wife.
Yep, they'll be ahead of the game.
Well, since marriage is such an important topic, and money, obviously, I'm actually doing an event with Dr. Les Parrott, who is a marriage expert, and we're taking the topic of money, the topic of marriage, and making an event, and it's selling like crazy. So you can click the link below to see if there's a city near you, or maybe you take a little destination weekend and figure out the dates and times, and we would love to see you at our money and marriage event this spring. So Chris, was this like the best video you've ever been a part of?
Best one ever.
Pretty life-changing.
Yes.
Are you like gonna walk out a different person?
I am.
Because you were, yes, I feel it, I feel it. So thanks you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more money and some relationship tips on how to do life better.